What is up, metalheads? What is up? It is Heavy Metal Pokemon here, and I am bringing you week 1 of the OBC. That is the Omni Battling Collective that we were asked to join by Lucky Lad TV. We are not alone this week. We have our front office with us. We just have Joey J Creams 14. Joey, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's me, J Creams 14 here. And yeah, I'm proud to be a member of Eric's front office. Can't wait for this season. We got an absolute fire team for you guys today. It's super powerful.
All right. So let's go ahead, and we are going against the Oragan Duckletts. So pop their team up on the screen here. You should see that right below me. Alright, so he's got the options to bring Heatran, Tornadus Therian, Mega Dance, Salamence, Donphan, Mienshao, Slowking, Electros, Cofagrigus, Weezing, Tangela, and Ardino.
Yep, so looking at his team, he's got a pretty obvious ice weakness with Tornadus T, Salamence, Donphan, Tangela, and I think that's it. But yeah, so pretty big ice weakness, and his big counter to that is his Heatran, which we really got covered with a lot of fighting coverage and ground coverage.
Right. So we'll get right into the first mon. Let's pop this team right out of here. We'll get right into it. So the first mon we have up here is we have Jose the Weavile, running a 28 HP, 252 attack, 228 speed, Jolly Nature. This allows me to outspeed Tornadus Therian by 1 point, so as long as he's not Scarf, we're going to outspeed it, and we can ice crash before he U-turns, and he'll die.
Yeah, Eric, you got to change it to shiny.
Jose's not pink.
Jose's the shiny Weavile.
He is the shiny Weavile. He's not pink. It just looks funny pink.
I mean, but it's in the name.
It's in the name. Why, Josie? Why?
Yeah, so Weavile is super powerful. It's got that low kick for things like the Heatran. And it's Icicle Crash plus Ice Shard combination, like hitting an Icicle Crash and then Ice Shard in succession. That'll do huge damage to his team, especially because he has that Ice weakness, and Knockoff is great just to be a really easy move to use. Like, you don't have to predict a whole lot, you just click Knockoff, and anything coming in is going to lose an item besides Diancie.
And stab, and the base 120 attack on top of it, so that's great.
Crazy.
If he's Moxie Ments, if we can Ice Shard it. If he's Scarf Moxie, we can Ice Shard it, and it will Oko with this spread. If he is Adamant and not Scarf, we can Ice Crash him to dies if we hit.
Sweet.
And we do a bunch of damage to Diancie too if he wants to switch it.
Yeah, plus if we get rocks up, then he's taking 25% every time he switches in with the vents.
There we go. That's good. Alright, so we'll go on to the next mon here. We got Arogus, which actually means fairy grass. It's a type of grass, actually.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Until I was looking up fairy grass type names, and then here comes this.
Just straight translation.
Straight translation. I'm like, okay. So we'll go with that. So Whimsicott here, the shiny version, because I think it looks freaking cool. With Leftovers, Prankster, Leech Seed, Encore, Giga Drain, and Moonblast. With enough speed to outspeed Mega Diancie. That way we can Giga Drain, and then we can Moonblast us, and we'll still live.
Yep, so this is just going to be an annoying Pokemon for our opponent to deal with. With the Leech Seed recovery, it's just going to be like his Mons won't be able to stay in on this thing a whole lot. Or we could switch out and get a recovery on another Mon as well. The Encore is to prevent setup sweepers, kind of like the Salamence. If he decides to set up a Dragon Dance on our Whimsicott, which I don't know why, but we can easily Encore him into that and start killing him with Moonblast. And yeah, this is just going to be a real annoyance for our opponent.
It's gonna be great for sure. Hopefully we don't end up going against a Weezing somehow. Draft all the 4 times weaknesses.
True.
Alright, next up we have Robbie Rob, the Mega Medicham. Rob, one of our front office companions as well, along with Jose. So Pure Power, Jolly Speed, just a normal set on this one. The Fake Out Bullet Punch will allow me to Oko the Mega Diancie, as it's one of his bigger threats on the team. My Jump Kick for super awesome stab, and hopefully we can just kick things to oblivion and Ice Punch in the face for against the Salamence.
Yep, so the combination of Fake Out and Bullet Punch does massive damage to basically any Pokemon on his team, I believe. I think the only one that can really eat it up is like Max Defensive, or like Heatran, which we have High Jump Kick for, Max Defensive Donphan, which we have Ice Punch for, and maybe Slowking can eat some, but it's not very good on the physical side of defense.
Yeah.
So yeah, really the only thing countering our Mega Medicham is the Cofagrigus, which is we got some other stuff for that later.
Alright, there's that. So next up we have the J Creams here, the one and only. We didn't get Blastoise this league, but we did get Vaporeon. I did want a big Volcanion switch in because it was drafted, so I definitely wanted something good that could switch in. So I have Vaporeon. We're not going against it this match, but it does do some good work for us against Salamence and other physical attackers.
Yep. You keep going.
Alright, with leftovers, Water Absorb, we wish Heal Bell, Scald, and Toxic. That way we can come in on the Slowking and Toxic and wear that thing down.
Yeah, screw Regenerator.
Yeah. Don't have time for that regen stuff. And then just 252 HP, 252 defense, and 4 special defense.
Yeah. So this Vaporeon, it's we decided to carry Heal Bell instead of Ice Beam. We have a lot of ice coverage already on the team, so we felt like Heal Bell would go better just because he did draft that, or he picked up that Cofagrigus. So if something does get burned, like our physical attackers, we will be able to heal that off with Vaporeon's Heal Bell. We just have to be aware of Taunt and stuff for that, but otherwise this set should work pretty good. It's kind of stally with the Toxic and Wish, but yeah.
No Protect though, so we're not
Yeah,
super
that's
stall. Only 7 stall. All right, next up we have Jar the Garchomp with a Choice Scarf and Rough Skin, with Earthquake, Aqua Tail, Iron Venom, Dragon Claw, and then just Jolly Speed, just so we can outspeed everything on his team pretty much.
Yep.
And coverage to hit everything.
Yeah, so at first we had Outrage and Dragon Claw on it. Outrage like for just to click the nuclear explosion. But we decided that we didn't want to lock ourselves into that, considering that he has a Fairy and a Heatran. So instead of that, we ran Aqua Tail to be able to hit the Donphan, the Heatran. I think, doesn't Diancie take super effective damage from water type moves too?
It should.
Because it's rock type? Yeah. So yeah, we just felt like the Aqua Tail would be a better move overall. And yeah, the Iron Head and Earthquake, Dragon Claw, it's just, this thing's going to be a monster in this matchup.
Hoping it does good, hoping it's going to come in and hit some things hard for us. Put in the work.
For sure.
Alright, last mon we have Dom the Steelix, rocking the leftover Sturdy, with Earthquake, Ice Fang, Stealth Rock, and Gyro Ball.
Yeah, so this is most likely going to be our lead because we do want to get those rocks up, especially for that Salamence. And then the Gyro Ball is so that the Mega Diancie can't be his lead to get the Mega off to set up a Magic Bounce for him, because then we can easily go for the Gyro Ball and knock him out. So he probably, if he does lead out Diancie, he'll probably switch out right away if it's matched up against our Steelix. So we could even get the Stealth Rocks up then if we want to play some mind games. But anyways, yeah, Steelix is just a good defensive wall, and we put Max Spadef on it so that it can eat up some special hits as well. So yeah, this wall should be pretty good just to eat up hits and recover with leftovers.
Yeah, we should be able to live 2 Earth Powers from Diancie on very low health, but at least we can, on the second one, we can fire back if we do end up switching in on it. And we can also just Earthquake against it right away, and it's going to do a lot of damage to it. And we also have Ice Fang as well for Salamence coverage. Rocks to do triple-aways, that way you can't be playing switching games.
Yep. So this set, it should work pretty well. This will be a fun match.
I'm hoping so. So these matches are all on the 3DS, so everything's at level 50, so some of the EV spreads are a little weird, but we're going to make them work. Go ahead and leave down in the comments down below what you think, or who you think is going to be the MVP for this match. And remember that when this video goes up, we have already battled, so he's not going to see my crazy cool sets. as everyone says, so he's not going to see the sets.
Yeah.
Make sure
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Make sure you give J Creams a check out. He's got some really cool stuff. He does speed art on his channel. He does type overviews. He's got some league battles that he does on Showdown.
Hey, shout out, thanks.
So he's going to be definitely good. Check out everybody. I will have all of my front office down in the description below. Go ahead and headbang that like button if you enjoyed today's episode, and leave a like for Joey.
Hey, thanks.
And as always, bros, keep gaming.
See you later.
Gonna stay in. Spin block there. Doesn't do anything. And let's go for a dynamic punch. Is this time? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try it just to see.